Because it leads us right into the fact that at one point you lived in a homeless shelter in Manhattan. And I want you to talk about that and like, what was that about? And why did you do that? What did you accomplish by doing that?
Yeah, that
interesting.
That was one of the greatest learning experiences.
Wow.
Now, I didn't live in there because I was destitute and homeless, but I was part of an urban theological year out of New York Seminary to understand that kind of cultural milieu where you step outside of yourself in order to be with people unlike you. See, that's what Jesus taught us. You know, the reality of him being with people unlike him and people he was not supposed to be with, the woman at the well story is the great model of that. He goes out of his way into Samaria, a land where Jewish men were not supposed to travel through, talk to Samaritan women. They were not supposed to do that. But he did purposely and revealed things to her so that she would go back and tell others. So the principle is that unless we go out of our way to be with people unlike us, you know, then they will go out of their way to talk to people about us. And so I chose for part of my project to go live in a mission in downtown New York. And so I was there for the weekend. And so it was just to learn. So I didn't shave for a week, tried to find the grungiest clothes I could, walked around in the rain that day to appear kind of musty. And so waited online. And then when we got in, we were fed a meal that I still don't know what it was to this day. And then they take you into a room, ask you to remove your clothes, and give you what looked like a hospital gown. And they take those clothes and they fumigate them. Because they don't know where people have slept. You could have lice, you know, so it was a precaution. And, you know, and then you're there and I'm walking around in this kind of hospital gown thing. And so I saw a gentleman sitting there playing chess. And I said, well, hey, I love playing chess. Can I join you? And he didn't say anything. He nodded to the chair and pointed to the chair. I said, okay. And for 2 hours, we played chess, but he never spoke one word to me. Now, I normally can get a conversation going with anyone.
Yes, I think you're the master of that.
Well, I don't know about master, but I'm pretty capable of doing that. And here's what it taught me, because it was a very sobering experience, right? And I hope I can get through it. And this was almost 50 years ago. And the impact it still has on me.
I'm so glad we're talking about this.
So the reality is of this hopelessness creates an amazing psyche in a person's heart and life. So when you move from hopelessness to the next stage, which is anonymity, you don't even think people know who you are. You have no name. And then you move into the third phase, which is invisibility, where you don't even think people can see you. And that's why people who are in that environment have that type of lostness. You can't just say, well, go get a job. You can't just say, you know, pick yourself up from the bootstraps. You can't just go say, go get a job. They don't even know they exist. They believe they're a ghost. And so
no identity, no help,
and
totally anonymous.
And no visibility.
No visibility.